Well, alright guys, welcome to another Let's Watch / Talk, where we look at the news trailer for Movie Gamer Show, and today we have the official trailer for Scream 7, baby! Yes guys, Ghostface is back for one more scare, for one last scare, maybe. Unless there's an 8th one, then who knows. But, let's go ahead and check out the trailer, and we'll talk about it after. Let's go!
This is it.
Can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer B&B.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Did you miss me? Nice little town you found. You and your pretty daughter. Reminds me of where we grew up.
Well, you sure know a lot about me for another asshole hiding behind a voice changer.
Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney. Not this time.
Down to the end.
I want to be a fighter, like you. If you hurt her.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
Let's unmask this fucker.
All your friends died for just being near you.
Where is my daughter? Tatum, listen to me. He's trying to find another way in. We're gonna do this together. You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall. Where? To the right of the door. Shoot him now! Do it now! Oh, you got it. He's dead. You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
Mother...
This is gonna be fun.
Yes, the classic knife clean, guys, that Ghostface does. And in the last film, in the previous film, we got to see two Ghostfaces do it simultaneously, which was pretty damn cool to see and pretty hype. But at the same time, we're like, wait, hold up, we can't root for Ghostface. But yes, guys, listen to me. It's it right there. That right there is the official trailer for Scream 7. Yes. Brand new one coming in February, which I'm excited, guys. And if you guys did not know, my birthday is in February, so I mean, I can't wait. So speaking of Scream 7, guys, and just in general Scream, you think it's true? Do you guys think that Matthew Lillard is back? Mr. Stu Macher back again? Is he the killer? There's a couple things, and well, actually there's multiple lines that Ghostface says that are sprinkled throughout this trailer that makes you think, and makes us think that Stu's back, okay? And one of those instances I want to bring up, and that's specifically the part where he gets pushed back, and yes, he is wearing the mask, or the killer, or the person behind the mask is wearing the mask and breathing through the mask, but it seemed like he was having trouble, he or she is having trouble, in this case, let's say it is Stu, is having a hard time breathing. And I don't know, I want to say that has to do with the event that happened in the first film. If you guys know, you know about the TV crushing his face, or in this case his head. So maybe that left some permanent damage and whatnot, and so he, you know, maybe he's breathing out of something, that breathing apparatus, or just something. He has something in his mouth behind that mask that's helping him breathe properly, or just that he needs to use. And that's what we heard. Unless I'm just overthinking that part and it's just the person breathing behind the mask. I don't know. That's just a breathing ASMR perhaps. But that's just one thought that I just came up with as I'm watching the trailer. But other ones is, of course, the beginning one where he says, "I'm not hiding this time." Okay, so I mean, obviously, that's an obvious given. It's maybe Stu. Stu's alive, because if you go back and, well, if you watch the first film and the other films and just in general have the knowledge of just the Scream series throughout the years, everybody has talked about this theory that Stu's alive, and it's been thrown around and just said a lot. And I think if it is leaning towards that, let's just say it is, then they're making it a little too obvious that it is going to be Stu. But I mean, it's great, it's cool, and it is confirmed that Matthew Lillard is coming back as Stu, but it could just be the voice, and this all could be just a bait and a use of AI, because there is rumors and there were mentions of previous killers coming back as well, like the one from Scream 3, which was the half brother or just the brother of Sidney. So there's that as well. So I don't know. I have no idea if that's happening or if that's gonna be a thing. I mean, heck, even Dewey. But I feel like Dewey's is gonna be like a flashback. It's not gonna be actual Dewey. I think it's more of a flashback scene that we'll get to see the actor David Arquette coming back as Dewey. Maybe a moment shared between him and Courtney Cox's character Gail. So that could happen. That could happen maybe. But I mean, the character I was talking about specifically is Roman, played by Scott Foley. They're saying that he came back as well, him and Mike Lillard. So if they came back, how? If they're both are gone, they're not alive. So that being said, it could all be just AI. With modern technology, the way it is nowadays, currently, it's so easy for that to be done. But that doesn't bring in the fact of what he said in the beginning, what he said at the end. This is going to be fun, or whatever he said at the end, like that part too. And a lot of people are saying that is clearly not Ghostface's voice, like the voice changer. That is Stu Macher saying that. So I don't know, unless we're talking about flashback sequences, maybe. Same thing what they did with Skeet Ulrich's character, the way we saw him in I think we saw him first in Scream 5, I believe it was in 5, or was it in 6? I mean, we saw him more in 6 though, in the last film. So maybe that's the way they're gonna go down, like that path. Maybe there's a connection between Stu Macher and the killer. Maybe it's not Stu. Maybe, I don't know. It could be a whole convoluted thing, or just the simple fact that yes, it is Stu. So a lot of different ways they could go. A lot of different ways this could go, but I guess I would prefer it to be Stu. That'd be pretty damn awesome. And I love Matthew Lillard. I love his work, and I love Shaggy, and just him playing as Shaggy, and him voicing Shaggy, and just, of course, his other work that he's done as well, not just that, and playing a Ghostface character, or in this case Stu Macher from Scream. But aside from that, is it Stu, guys? Let me know below what you guys think. Is it Stu? But if it's not Stu, then who is it? Who could it be? Some people were saying that it could be McKenna Grace's character, which we saw wear the blue colored flannel type of design with, I think, was her skirt or her shorts. And I did see someone post this saying that, hold up, what are you wearing there? And it shows all of the it's a pattern. It's all of the killers from the previous films were like that, them wearing that same color / design of the color, like the pattern. And that is the pattern that all the killers wear, that at some point in the film wear that color in a certain piece of clothing, whether if it's a jacket, a shirt, maybe pants, or in this case a skirt or shorts. So that being said, she wears that in one of the scenes at the beginning. Of course, let's talk about the cast now. Yes, McKenna Grace will be part of it. Yes, we'll have Matthew Lillard back. We'll have Neve Campbell back as Sydney. Yes, Miss Sydney Prescott back again. And I'm sure she's tired of hearing, hello, Sydney. You know, just the usual, if you want to call it that. But guys, surprisingly, yes, we did lose to two characters, and this is a whole topic. This is a whole different topic discussion that we can mention, but I'm not going to, just for the sake of the video. And yes, it does suck that what happened, the whole issue that went down, and just between the production and like the whole shindig that it went down, right, with the issues and whatnot with the two cast members from 6 and the company and everything that went down. Moving forward now, we're not going to talk about that, but there is two characters specifically from the previous film that will come back in this film that we saw a little bit, and we might just see a glimpse of a little bit in this film. I don't think we're going to see a lot of them, and that is Mason Gooding's character of Chad, and also Jasmine Savoy Brown as Mindy Meeks. But at the same time, I feel like they could be useful, of course, with experiences from the previous films, but also because the relation to the previous character, right? So, I mean, that could happen. That maybe we'll get to see more of them, and we'll get to see them being used here or help out the group. In this case, we'll see Courtney Cox back again, of course, as Gale. Will we see Skeet Ulrich come back? I don't know. I'm curious about the whole thing with David Arquette, if he's coming back. Apparently, Joel McHale will be playing, I believe, the love interest, or just the dad, which is the husband of Sydney. Apparently, a lot of people were saying, why not Patrick Dempsey? Why didn't he come back? You know, they should have brought him back, but he did not come back, and yeah, which sucks a little bit. I love the character, I love the actor. Why not bring him back? But that's a whole, issue between whatever happened between them, right? So yes, Joel McHale will be playing the husband. But we also have, I believe, Michelle Randolph was the girl at the beginning, the character, and her and Mr. Jimmy Tatro. Both of them are in the beginning scene, most likely the intro to Scream 7. And I think that rounds up the whole cast here, pretty much. Again, I like McKenna Grace. I loved her in the Ghostbusters film, the reboot, I guess, or just the sequels, which were pretty great. But, yeah, so we'll see how she does. We'll see how the whole cast does, actually, in general, and where this movie will go. Some people have been saying that it doesn't look that great. I think it's toning down a little bit, with the locations, with the takedowns. It's very old school like, and it seems like Ghostface will be going down and tripping all over the place once again, which we're used to. And that's the way old Ghostface gets compared to nowadays, because the current Ghostface, the way it was in 5 and 6, way more serious and I guess you could say more of a killer, I guess. Just a lot more blood and gory and impactful with said kills. But if you go back to the other films, yes, they were as well, but it just wasn't as I guess you could say it wasn't as gory or visceral with the showing of, let's say, the cutting of said body parts, or just the certain cutting moments that Ghostface does, right? So, or just the stabbing, that too, and how real it looks, which I don't mind. I personally don't mind, because that's just the way it is now. It looks pretty damn real nowadays, like the all these horror films with the prosthetics and just the different usage of real life items versus using CGI. I mean, some examples can be seen in the previous recent films of Scream 5 and 6. Yes, some are visually stunning, but in the most horrific way possible, because we didn't see that many crazy stuff in, let's say, 1 or 2. Yeah, there were some impactful moments and takedowns and whatnot, but if you fast forward to, let's say, 5 and 6, some of these takedowns, there's just just hardcore stuff, you know? At least comparing from the previous films to, let's say, Scream 1 to Scream 6. Certain takedowns were like, whoa, okay, and then you see the knife going in and just like actually in, and just, yeah, again the usage of real life prosthetics and just anything that's real life versus CGI, or just addition of a combination of those two of CGI, is great. I think it works properly, and if it looks fine, if it looks good too, that's a win for the company, for the film. But guys, that's gonna be it for this Let's Watch / Talk. I'm excited. I can't wait to see Ghostface again. He's back, baby, for one last scare. And that's the line that people always say, or at least they've said, when the killer is taken down, and like, wait, hold up, the killer comes back for one last scare. So in this case, yes, Ghostface is back for one last scare, guys. Maybe this could be the final film. I hope not. Maybe one more film, but yeah, actually, yeah, I feel like one more film could work. That would make it a nice 8th film, 8th entry to the series. Yes, it's a sequel to the previous films because we have those 2 other characters, and sadly, I guess, yeah, Dewey is not going to show up alive. He did get taken down in the previous film, or in the previous, like, actually that was in season 5. Actually that was in Scream 5. So we're not going to see him, but we're definitely going to see Gale and Sydney back. Now, with that being said, that's going to be it for the video. And for my final thoughts here, guys, is yes, the film comes out in February 27th to be exact, of 2026. I think that's a great time to release a horror film, or in this case, specifically for Scream. I think that's where Scream really did a lot of good numbers. At least I think the 5th one came out in the beginning of the year as well, like March or so, back when that came out. But fast forward to the next film, the previous one of 6, I think that one came out later, like during spooky season, I think. Now with that will conclude this Let's Watch / Talk. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys for watching, and a lot more Let's Watch / Talks coming up real soon, guys, because there's going to be a lot of different movies coming out pretty much the beginning of November and going forward, November, December, and whatnot. And of course, the shows like Stranger Things and so forth. But guys, this year's almost done. It's been a crazy year, crazy awesome stuff that's been revealed, whether it's games, movies, TV shows. 2026 is looking pretty jam-packed with games, but also movies, of course, which will keep you guys posted with that. And just updates to a lot of different things, and new releases, and new reveals that'll be coming in December with the Game Awards. Just a lot of different things, guys, that I'm excited for going to 2026, and as we get closer to 2026. But yeah, so guys, take care, stay amazing, and I'll see y'all the next one.